So we're good. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Ben. How are you? Thanks so much for doing this with us.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Super excited to be hosting you.
Thank you. Same here. We we got all of our technical glitches ironed out. Hopefully.
Yes. Okay, so awesome. So let me quickly orient our guests why we're doing this. So, guys, I'm from Epiphany, and as you know, we're trying to create a gaming culture in Pakistan. And we've had a little bit of trouble hosting Ben, but finally, this is working out.
Yes. I am. We finally made it.
Yep, we finally made it. Okay, so guys, why are we doing this, right? So besides the fact that this is super super fun, and it's always actually lovely for a person who's not very good at playing a lot of different games to watch somebody who is, totally doing it much better than I can ever imagine. So besides that, we're trying to do this because we are aiming to create a gaming culture in Pakistan. And as you know, we are the sixth largest country in the world in terms of population. And we have a lot of young people in Pakistan who are, super marvelous at playing games. But on the other hand, of course, we've got parents who don't understand why video games should be played, can be pursued as a professional career. So, which is why we're hosting Ben. So, Ben, why don't you introduce yourself for our audience?
Yes, my name is Ben Feferman. I am the CEO of a company called Amuka Esports, and what we do is we have esports venues, we run online tournaments, we create esports content, and have competitive teams.
Awesome. And Ben, tell us a little bit. How did you end up in esports? Did you always know that this is what you wanted to do, or is it something? Was it a bit of a fluke that you ended up in this industry? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, aside for like gaming as a kid, I really got into the esports industry back in 2015, mainly as an investor. So I started to invest in several esports companies, and career-wise, I ended up moving into investment banking, and I was raising money for some esports companies, and then thought, you know what, no, no one's really building like a vertical esports
Hmm?
sort of with all the different parts. And I thought, you know what, maybe now is the time. And so I started Amuka Esports 2 years ago, and um, yeah, we've grown and accomplished a lot in just 2 years.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the accomplishments. What are some of the key highlights?
Yeah, so we have two venues that are operational. One in
Mhm.
Toronto, which is the well, I'm sorry, it's not the capital. It's the largest city in Canada, and we have a second location in a smaller town called Windsor, which is near the U.S. border. Our venue is actually the largest in Canada, so it's 14,000 square feet. We are the home
Wow.
to several world-class events, such as Tekken World Tour if you're into fighting games, or Capcom's Pro Tour for Street Fighter.
Hmm? Ooh, I used
Yeah,
to play a Street Fighter. I somehow or the other somebody told me a trick on how M Bison does his skidding. I
yeah.
remember that skit that M Bison used to do. So after that, he was my favorite character.
It's been a long time for me, but yeah, and it's funny because even our name is Amuka, and we're often confused with Akuma, from
Yes.
Street Fighter.
Uh-huh. Okay, so is there a big, huge esports community in Canada?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a huge market. I think in general we see a lot of countries that are cold climates have pretty good esports industries because it's cold and there's not a lot to do when it's cold, so we game, and so that's why Canada's become a pretty big market.
And how frequently are these competitions that you're mentioning?
I mean, we're doing trying to find this guy. Um, I have terrible guns. We're doing probably three streams a week, three events a week right now.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think once we are online, one sec. Yeah, once we can go back to in-person events, I think we'll move up to 4, 5, 6 per week. But I think with COVID, we just kind of scaled it down a little bit to 2, 3 events a week.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned COVID because that was going to be my next question, that how has this industry been affected personally for you? Because obviously you had a place, you had the venue, which is probably not being populated nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely hurt, to lose that revenue, especially with our gaming. But, we've taken that opportunity to really build more of an online business. We really focus on, more brand partnerships and sponsorships, um, creating more esports content and media.
And tell us about this game that you're playing.
So yeah, you know what? I can't remember why I got into Fortnite. Obviously, it's a very popular game. And during the pandemic, I was playing with a bunch of guys my age. Shit. What's kind of different about Fortnite from other games is the aspect of building. So in addition to just being a battle royale, um, oh crap, I missed that. You got to build, and it's not looking good for me. I'm in a 1v1 sort of gunfight with this guy here, and there's another guy right there coming around, so it's not really good.
It looks like you're in a bit of a tricky spot.
I could just get the hell out of here. Which is probably what I should do. Well, you tell me, should I go for it or should I run?
I think you gotta run.
Run. Play it safe. Okay.
Yeah. You're low on ammunition as well, no?
Yeah, my guns are pretty crappy. Let's see what's going on here.
To do to upgrade.
Oh, so got to build a little defense here. Oh,
Okay, good
man, he
moving.
got me.
Yeah, as you can see, people, this is getting a bit intense. That guy is evading you.
Come on. Oh! Couldn't get the keys right there. I'm very sorry to all your... Look, he had three life, 3 health points left.
Oh no.
Okay, well now...
So what happens? Will you get, will you be resuscitated?
No, I'm playing a solo game, so... Just go right back to a new game. Start all over again. I'll be up and running in a couple minutes.
Okay. So while we're on the topic of different games, etc. So what do you think, Valorant or CS:GO? What's your favorite?
Yeah, so just one sec. Someone was asking in the Twitch chat, how do I like the changes to Fortnite? I think they're garbage. I don't like them at all. And yeah, I'm an old school guy who likes a automatic rifle. But we'll see. Okay, what do you tell me? Sorry, what was the next question?
Oh, I was just asking you about games. So which game do you prefer, Valorant or CS:GO, Dota or Fortnite?
I definitely cannot play League of Legends or Dota. It's way beyond me. I prefer Counter-Strike to Valorant. Yeah, maybe I'm one of the only ones, but I do like CS:GO. I think it's good. Valorant, I've only played a handful of times, and I do like sports games like Madden. I've been playing a lot of. It may not be as big outside of North America, but it's a great game. And like I said, yeah, Roblox, Minecraft, like, a lot of games with my kids because the time I have to game
Yeah.
is usually going to be
I
at
think
home.
Minecraft is very cool, except kind of like I'm just waiting for the zombies to hit us when I play with my daughter.
Yeah.
But if you just lie down for like literally 5 seconds, it's daytime.
Yeah.
No zombies and it's daytime.
Yeah, no, that's funny. I'm going to try the zombie game when I get home. My
Okay,
kid-
so tell me, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think esports should be made a part of Olympics?
No,
There's this ongoing debate.
I don't. I think esports should have its own Olympics, but I don't think it's a good idea to lump it with the regular Olympics. Just me personally, I think the Olympics are very corrupt. They bankrupt so many countries. If you just look at Brazil, you look at a whole bunch of ones that have had the Olympics. And it's just like not a brand I trust. So I think the concept of competing in different games for your country is awesome, and I'd love to see it. But I think esports are strong enough to have a standalone tournament.
Okay, I think that's a fair point. And what do you think about, so some of our audience in Pakistan are absolutely trying to pursue esports as, pro gamers and trying to make careers out of it. And, I kind of want to touch base with you. What do you think? Have you seen examples in your experience? Do you think it could be a sustainable career for people where we don't really have esports academies in Pakistan, or we don't have professional courses, guiding people, training people. In that case, do you still feel that people can pursue it as sustainable career?
Eh, you know, you can, but it's tough. It's like saying, can someone be a professional football player or basketball player? Like the top, the top cohort is very small. So I mean, you just kind of got to be a little bit realistic with the expectations. There's not a lot of positions available at the top. So um, definitely you can do it, but I think people have to be realistic with their expectations. Crap, these are new keys.
Oh no, did you
Crap,
die?
I'm such a coward. I'm just running away from all these gunfights, but
Well, what do you have? What is this that you've got? It's some sort of a blade, no?
yeah, but I'm gonna be killed in 2 seconds.
So does this thing have a range or something? Can you throw it at him?
Oh,
Not really. Oh,
hang
he's
on.
here.
Two
Lots
guys are
of-
killing each other. Got him. There we go. One kill for the viewers.
Oh, and there we go. Another one, I think.
Okay, he doesn't see me, so I'm just gonna heal.
Yep. He's behind that fence.
Yeah, I'll get him in 1 sec. I just have no life, so.
4, 3, 2, 1. Voila, you're healed.
Okay, where did he go?
Okay, tell me more about your investment
Yeah.
experience in esports.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
sort of companies you started off, and how have you seen this evolve?
yeah, I started investing, back in 2015 with Enthusiast Gaming. They're now a billion-dollar company, so it's been an incredible success story, for them and for just Canada in general with esports. And then recently, through Amuka, we invested in a company called Axel Accelerate Gaming, which is I think one of the only female-led FGC teams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Based out of Canada, or where are they based out of?
Yeah, based out of Canada. So, that's led by Alicia Junis. She's an amazing entrepreneur. And so that was one of our first investments. We've also invested in podcasts. But I think right now we're more about acquiring different companies because we want to create a little bit more synergy. So that's kind of the plan now, is to say, we're in probably 4 or 5 different verticals, and now we want to really expand on them by acquiring other companies or other assets in those verticals.
Okay, makes sense. So what sort of investments are you looking at then?
Yeah, everything from gaming venues to tournament organizers, media properties, things like that. Those are probably high on our list right now.
You mentioned podcasts as well. So what sort of podcasts did you invest in, and what does the future look like over there?
Yeah, we have a podcast called we have our own podcast called Best of Three, and invested in one called The Center Ring. Um, you know, we invested in this about almost 2 years ago, I think, a year and a half ago. Now there's tons of podcasts. It's much more saturated, but you know, a lot of it's a
There's still a
following.
growing opportunity.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, no, 100%.
And what sort of content do the podcasts produce?
Yeah, best of three covers kind of different stories in the esports industry. Players, teams, people who are
Mhm.
having an impact, um,
Mhm.
and it's also on television as well. So it's recorded for video and has
Oh, that's
television
excellent. Okay.
distribution. Yeah.
Mhm. And does it also then, are the videos also streamed on YouTube?
We've tried. Yeah, we've tried streaming on YouTube as well. It's not huge, but I think for podcasts, a lot of people tend to be, downloading them and listening to them, when they travel or
Mm,
on the road.
absolutely. And
It's
they're on the go. Yeah.
yeah, you're not really just sitting there for an hour watching, like a talk show. Um,
Mm,
it's just
mm.
so.
Makes sense. And in your experience, what's a good length to have these podcasts?
Yeah, I think
How
kind
long
of in
should they
that,
be?
yeah, in that 45-minute to an hour range is good. Um, there are longer podcasts, but just for me, like I think an hour is a good amount of time.
Mm. And tell me something else from the investment point of view, because I know that people are always interested on that side. What sort of risks and challenges have you faced when you looked at investment in esports? And what do you think could be some upcoming challenges?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit easier now, but raising capital is difficult. So you may have a good idea, but it needs money, and you got to make sure that you've got a good business plan, a good team to be able to raise capital and make it happen. So that's the biggest one. If I'm looking at it as an investor, it's like, how am I going to get my money out? I need to make sure that there's a team that can, execute, and whether it's an IPO or an acquisition, I need to I need to know and understand that there's a good way to get my capital back.
Mm. And were there any challenges that you faced, or missed opportunities or mistakes that you made that you'd like to share?
Yeah, tons of companies that I just you know was shocked. Like I just wrote them off as being terrible, and they may still be terrible, but they're getting like insane valuations, and I definitely missed the boat on a lot of those opportunities, just because I'm kind of an old school guy. I like to
Are you a
see
conservative investor?
kind of. I mean, it's not to say I'm not interested in new industries, but like valuation is important, and I need to understand that companies care about a profit. And I think in esports, a lot of them don't, and there's very few companies, even that are hundreds of millions of dollar market cap, that are turning a profit.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the potential revenue streams, right? So for different esports companies and also individuals playing esports or pursuing different careers, what are potential revenue streams for them?
Yeah, for if you're a team, for example, your main revenue stream is going to be from tournament earnings and
Hmm.
from sponsorships, and maybe you'll get a little bit of merchandise, but really 70% of the industry is sponsorship driven. So if you're not able to get sponsors and monetize, there's just no way you can make the economics work just with winning tournaments.
And in order to, in your experience, in order to win sponsorships, what are some key things that a team should think about?
Yeah, you have to have a big fan base. You have to be able to monetize it. You have to show that it's a growing fan base, and you have to be creative with activations. Is anyone a vegetarian here?
No,
Okay, good.
we eat meat. We just don't eat pork. So in Pakistan.
Okay, I just killed that chicken. Actually, I am a
Why
veg.
do you have
I am a
why do you have to kill
vegetarian.
the chicken though? Is it for points that you're killing the chicken? Are the chicken harmful?
No, there was no reason for me to kill that chicken, except for a little bit of
Hmm.
meat that I don't even need, but I'll just eat it anyway. No, I can't. I'm
Okay.
full. I just
Okay.
took that
Uh,
chicken's life in vain for no reason.
yeah, okay, fine. So now we're talking about some of the negative effects of esports. Do you think that violence in games can perpetuate violence in real life?
No, I don't believe in that, but but there are a lot of other issues with gaming. I think there's a lot of communities that are toxic. Um, there's definitely the fact that games can be addictive. and that's an issue. But I don't outright believe that violent games make violent people. I don't believe that violent movies make violent people or violent music. Um, People who use that as a excuse are really totally missing the boat on major mental health issues, and just video games could be an easy target.
Target, yeah, I think so. I think the addiction part is why it's easy to, target it. Okay, so guys, we're having a bit of an issue here, right? Where it's or is it just me? Because I can see a screen which says click here to reload player.
Oh, no, it's all good on my end.
Oh, okay. So you're still killing the chicken.
I'm still killing the chicken.
Okay. Well, a couple more questions then, Ben. So we were talking about monetization, right? So let's come back to that same one. So if somebody is doing streaming, esports streaming, that seems to be a big thing.
Yeah.
How are they possibly monetizing it?
Yeah, so with Twitch, for example, you can get subscribers. So when you get a subscriber, let's say it's $5 a month to subscribe. So usually you get 50% and Twitch gets 50. You can also get donations in addition to that, so people can donate once you're a partner. You can get sponsored. So even if you're not if you got a viewership or you're entertaining, you can definitely get sponsored on Twitch. Um, and those are probably the biggest ones. You can other smaller ones. You could try to sell your own merch, but that's what's great about Twitch is it. As soon as you're an affiliate, which is a very low threshold, you can start to monetize your stream.
Yes. And I can see some comments as well with the creating weapons and how the upgrade process. So you do have a community that is engaged and watching the games and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't really stream that often. Oh, there's a guy right here. He's probably gonna kill me. Need a little defense here. So yeah, I'm not a big streamer, but I just do it for fun. I'm not looking to
Monetize it, yeah.
monetize. Yeah, but I think what's interesting at Twitch is there's so many other categories now besides just being a streamer. Things. Okay, where did this
And
guy
then
go?
obviously because you've created venues. So so let's talk about the potential revenue streams at esports venues.
Yeah, so it's the first one would be gaming activity. So people come in. We have a monthly membership fee. So you become a member. So that's the first one. The second one is tournaments. So in addition to that, we charge, charge a fee to come and compete in great tournaments, and food and
And
beverage and sponsorships. Those are the main revenue streams.
and the sponsorships are for the prize money or for other things as well?
Yeah, often exactly. So let's say sponsor will come in and they'll donate some prizing or put in some cash, and that creates a nice, prize pool. And when you got a good prize pool, again, could be product, could be actual cash, but that means more people are going to compete, and that's what the sponsor wants. So it's a really nice cycle where sponsors put in money, it makes the events bigger, and more gamers turn up.
Okay, I want to now talk particularly about women as well, right? So women in esports, so you mentioned that you've invested in a women-led team. So was that deliberate? Was it just simply because they were very good, or was it also because you thought that this is an area which needs your attention?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's there's investing and then there's charity. I invested because it's a good business. I'm not, and I think that's the most important thing. You can't just invest because, you know what I mean? Because of gender or race, you gotta invest in good people and good businesses. And Alicia, in that case, she was an awesome entrepreneur, and that's why that was the reason we invested.
What about some other career opportunities for women in esports? What sort of careers could they pursue?
Yeah, I think there's a lot in production right now. So live broadcast production, I think that's where a lot of the jobs are as everyone moves to online streams. So that's if you kind of wanted to get started in the industry, That would be that'd be my first recommendation. Um, Otherwise, you know, pro player is a very small percentage of the you know of the sort of esports world. So I don't you shouldn't focus too much on the pro side. But there's so many other things you can do.
Okay, Ben, let me come to my final question. So, if you had advice for people who are listening in and they're trying to pursue careers in esports, what would your advice be to them?
Yeah, what's really awesome is it's easy to get involved. So, if there's a local team or a tournament organizer, you can start anywhere. Like, I'll give you an example. If you get 10 of your friends and you guys start playing Valorant, boom, like building up you're building up the Valorant scene. You're building a community. These are amazing skills that you're learning and developing, and there's no barrier to entry. Like, there's so many other businesses that cost millions of dollars to start. This is not one of them.
Absolutely. I think that's the beauty not just of
Oh,
esports.
sorry, that was just an epic. Did you guys see the epic kill?
I missed it because, like
No.
I said, somehow or the other,
Oh,
somehow, somehow or the other, my screen had stopped. But definitely, I'm going to look at the recording right
okay.
later.
You'll look at the recording, so you should know we're at
And
the
now I'm
point.
seeing it. Oh,
Okay,
now I see it. You
this is
just picked
it.
up something. What
This is
is
for the
that?
win.
What
There's
was that?
only me and one other person left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
This is pretty awesome.
and I'm not a winner. Like, I'm not very good. So this is very unusual of
So
me.
this is all of my luck, which I'm transferring over to you.
Yeah.
So,
So what I'm doing now is called camping. So camping is when you just like hide out and wait for the person. So when you're a coward like me, you hide out and wait. So that's what I'm doing.
hey, that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
There's only one person left. You better wait for him and kill him.
There's
Kill him
one
out.
person. I think I know where he is or she is. Um, I'm in the circle. Does anyone want a chicken sandwich? Okay.
Okay.
I know it's kind of boring, but they're gonna have to surface sooner or later. Unless I go aggressive and go running in.
Well,
But no.
you could, but you've killed everybody, so you may as well.
Yeah. I might as well
Yeah.
wait it out. Like, you know,
Yeah.
any second
Yeah.
there's
You
gonna be
may,
a
you may
victory
as well.
royale.
So yeah, so I was just saying on your last comment, right, about how anybody and everybody can literally enter in their own way and form and navigate their way through. I think that's something which is really interesting, both for game design and development. I find because if you're a writer, sure, go ahead, right, pitch your ideas to somebody. If you're a designer, you can work. If you're a player, you can just enter in, right? So I think that's the best part about this industry as a whole.
Yeah, I think it's a great case of, you can do it, and there's a low barrier to entry for a lot of these verticals. And there's no like you can't say I would start. I'm just too. It's just too expensive to start or whatever. Esports is not like that. Like, anyone could be in the industry. This is a great spot, by the way.
Okay, Ben. So we're going to let you finish up the game. And thank you very, very much for doing this with us. I think this was really, really useful.
Yeah, my pleasure. But I feel like you gotta see the end. This is
I know I have to see the end. Who's that guy? Come on. What
no,
is this
that's
guy
that's
doing?
not a person to kill.
Okay.
The guy, whoever it is, they're hiding, and I can't find them.
Oh, what about
Oh!
this? Oh God, you found him. Oh, you placed in
Yeah.
second.
GG's. Good game.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
well, it is a good game. Yeah. Oh, and there's somebody who's dancing away as well. Ooh-hoo.
They're dancing. They're celebrating their victory. Yeah. Th-
Ooh-hoo.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Ben, come on. That was a good game, no?
That was
You
a
came
good
in
game.
second.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very
Have you ever
happy.
come in second before?
Yeah. No, I've won. I do win sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm very happy with second.
Awesome. So, well, this is a good ending to a great game. Thank you so much and a great session with you, Ben. I
Yeah,
think this
my
was very
pleasure.
useful. Thanks so much for sharing.
No problem. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
then. Yep. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
You too. Bye, guys.
Okay, bye bye.